Thank you for participating in our annual Title I Spring Planning Meeting. First on our agenda for today is to make sure we have a common understanding of our goals. The meeting has three purposes. We want to provide an opportunity for all stakeholders to participate in reflection and discussion. The feedback we receive through this meeting will be used as we develop our goals and Title I budget for next year. We want to make sure we're spending our funds in a way that is promoting success for all of our students. Because discussion around our Title I funding is a big part of this meeting, we want to make sure we all have a common understanding of Title I. Title I is the largest federally funded program in public schools. The amount of funds that are received are based on the number of students receiving free or reduced lunch. David Urey is a Title I school-wide program, which means the funds we receive are used to ensure all students receive a high-quality education. These funds are supplemental. This is funding we receive in addition to the determined RCS budget and must be spent on supplemental things. As a Title I school, we have a responsibility to provide opportunities for all students to meet state academic standards. We want to make sure we're focused on strengthening academics and increasing the quality of learning time. We want to focus on providing a well-rounded education for everyone and making sure we're addressing the needs of students that are at risk. Now that we have a common understanding of our purpose today and what it means to be a Title I school, we're going to spend a few minutes talking about our goals and spending for the current school year. Our data from last school year guided us in developing goals for this year. Let's first look at the TCAP data from last year. This data is reported in achievement and growth, which are two very different measurements. Achievement is the percentage of students who achieve a score that the state has determined to be proficient. Last year, David Urey had 29% of students achieve proficiency for ELA, which was a 7-point gain from the previous year. Math proficiency was almost 22%. Science proficiency was almost 26%, which was a 6-point gain from the previous year. TCAP is also reported in growth, which is how much progress a student has made in 1 year, and is expressed in levels from 1 through 5. When students meet the amount of growth that is expected, it is considered a level 3. Students that exceed the expected growth can earn a level 4 or 5. Those that do not meet their expected growth earn a level 1 or 2. ELA growth, which was a level 5, which we're very proud of. Math was a level 3 and science a level 1. Keep in mind with science that science growth is only calculated using 5th grade data. We're very proud of our improvement in growth last year. Another area of data we consider is anything that gives us an idea about students' participation or ability to participate in their education. Data used for this may be absentee rates, behavior data, or student health information. Chronic absenteeism is the percent of students that had excessive absences for the year. You want this number to be as low as possible. Our absentee percent for last year was 12.7, which was an improvement from the previous year. Our school improvement goals are always focused around the 4 goals shown here because we want to see our data and performance continually improving in all areas. However, based on the data we just talked about, we knew that we needed to have specific action steps targeting math and science growth. Hopefully, our spending and efforts this year reflect that. Here's a breakdown of how we spent the Title I funds we received this year, which was a little over $590,000. We're going to take a few minutes and look at each of these areas a little more closely. We fund 5 staff positions with our Title I funds, in addition to the 4 noted positions provided by Rutherford County Schools. These positions help us to provide more academic interventions for at-risk students. Currently, we are serving 130 students for academic interventions. Instructional coaches provide supports in various ways throughout the building, such as helping teachers use data to plan appropriate instruction, providing resources for teachers, leading professional development, and supporting new teachers. Now let's take a look at technology spending. All of our classrooms are equipped with interactive ViewSonic boards, and we were able to add our intervention and ESL classrooms to the list this year. We also purchased Ladybugs for our entire school, which are document cameras. It's a tool that allows teachers and students to project work, resources, and examples on the board to enhance instruction. A lot of the resources we provide are technology-based programs. 4 of the 5 shown here are focused on math goals. Generation Genius provides some math instructional videos, which help students connect learning to real-life situations. Braining Camp provides virtual manipulatives that teachers and students can interact with together. iReady Toolbox provides teachers with supplemental lessons and activities to help students that are struggling with content. And Imagine Learning Math Facts is a fun game that helps students memorize math facts. The Imagine Math Facts program provides us with data so we can see firsthand the effect it's had on students. As you can see here, our students have shown significant growth in mastering their math facts. The average score improved from 33% to 90%. Other resources we were able to provide are resources to support teachers in phonics-based foundational reading skills. We also supplemented our library this year with additional books, replaced some of our calculators, and invested in interactive science resources for all grade levels. Again this year, our staff development funds were focused on strengthening our professional learning communities, also known as PLCs, which are collaborative teams focused on student learning. We sent groups to the conference the last 2 years and another group this year so that we can continue to develop a strong foundation for these teacher-led teams. We also participated in a behavior-focused conference and a conference for early grades called Elevate. Our staff developments also included things that would support our goals and programs that we've invested in to help ensure effective use in the classroom, such as RazKids, UFly, and Braining Camp. This year, we hosted a family night for each grade level with our parent engagement funds. Teachers shared with parents some specific skills and reading and math that students need to learn this year. Then, families enjoyed games and activities that support those skills. At the end of the evening, families were able to take home the material so they could continue to practice there. The information was also shared on YouTube so all families could participate and receive the materials. Some examples of this night include first grade, who had a domino night. Families received a copy of the book Domino Edition and a set of dominoes, as well as some domino games to take home and practice for their math. Fourth grade families had a Snowflake Bentley night. They received a copy of the book Snowflake Bentley. They created snowflakes and some tools so that they could practice geometry skills with their snowflakes, such as measuring angles and symmetry. We also focused on providing transition resources for our families. Our incoming kindergarten families will receive a welcome bag that gives families specific information about helping their students begin kindergarten. Some of our at-risk students will also receive some materials to support them over the summer in an effort to prevent a loss of learning. Now that we've reviewed our goals and spending for the year, let's go over some reflections so far to see how it's going. These are some pieces of academic data that we can use to help determine if what we're doing is working. We obviously don't have TCAP data yet for us to use in planning, but we can begin to reflect using other data, such as our universal screeners and district benchmark data. All students are given screeners 3 times per year to assess basic reading and math skills. This chart tracks the percent of students that scored at or above the 25th percentile on basic reading skills, which is the level we want to see students performing at. We are pleased with the consistency of this data, not only from grade to grade, but from fall to winter. The same can be said for our comprehension screener, which is also part of the universal screener for reading. Students are given grade level text to read and have to answer questions related to those texts. While there was a drop in second grade on this screener, we're more concerned with basic reading skills in second grade. We'll see how they do on the screener in May to determine if this is an area of needed growth for us. This chart is a reflection of our universal screener math data. We're going to be keeping an eye on this math data. This is a new screener to us, so we're still learning the ins and outs of it. But since math is one of our areas of needed growth overall, we'll be looking at the results in May alongside TCAP to better understand our needs. We also just took our spring district benchmark, which assesses students' understanding of grade level academics in ELA, math, and science. These graphs compare students' growth from last spring to this spring. Math mostly maintained, while ELA and science show some promising growth. We'll wait to get final results with our TCAP scores to set goals for next year. But according to some of this preliminary data, math growth is still an area of focus. All of our teams met to discuss strategies and resources they feel should be continued and to suggest additional ideas for next year. The thoughts noted here were noted by multiple teams. Our supplemental staff, technology programs, and PLC work were noted as things to continue. We also surveyed parents. While we did not get a large response, here's a summary of the results. We ranked high on communication, providing assistance, and providing a safe environment. For next year, we want to try to continue to improve our participation in family events. The next step is for us to begin planning for next year, and we'd like your help with this. Our estimated Title I funding for next year will be a little over $518,000. So based on the information you've received today, we would like for you to fill out a survey giving us some feedback on suggestions that you may have. You can use this QR code to find the survey. The survey is also linked in the description of the video and linked on Class Dojo. Thank you for your time and your participation. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to your child's teacher. Thank you and have a great day.